Doritos, are you ready? We are going to make the cutest arrangement right in this container. And I think you are going to love it. You guys, we're starting with our kit here that has all the pieces we're going to need to create our design. Several pieces of the pine, a little elf with his cute little hat and the bell, and these little whimsical balls. It's just a really fun kit and a really pretty green and red poinsettia pick. The really neat part is this is going in a top hat container. And the neat thing about that is I can use this, I can make this arrangement in there permanent, which I do recommend doing if you're going to give it as a gift or sell it. Or I can go ahead and take and just not glue it in if I'm going to use it for myself. So I can use this for candy or other things, other times of the year, or whenever I want something cute, like it's just red and white when I turn it this way. So you can make it just on the foam and not glue it in. You can choose. Now I'm going to make mine to sell, of course, probably after I decorate with it for a while. So we're going to start to get our base ready to rock and roll. So with my container, what I want to do first of all is I want to make sure I am getting some floral foam to go in there. And you can pick that up anywhere you want. You can even get that at the dollar store. I like to use the really nice foam that is dense, okay? You don't want the sandy kind. So I'm going to take that and cut it in some smaller pieces that will go inside my container. Now, in order for me to get kind of a size here, what I'll usually do is just kind of press this into the foam a little to give me a little outline. And I know I've got to make it smaller than that because of the size of the bottom of the container tapers in. I just like to score my foam. I'm going to do here, just score that. And we'll cut that on either side, just kind of score. And then you can just, anytime you're doing a small piece, you can just take and pop it, just like that. And we've got one little piece. And then I'm going to take and cut it a little bit smaller, make sure it'll fit in there. And we're just going to build that up from the bottom up. So there goes one piece, and I'm going to put another one on the other side. And you want to try to get the side it's sitting on the flattest possible, okay? So I'm going to put one right next to it. All right, boom. So those both in there glued together are going to work perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a little Gorilla Glue in the base. That always helps it adhere a little better to metal. And then before, just so this can get set up sooner, I am going to grab my glue pot, which is heated up and ready to rock and roll. Hopefully heated up. I had it heated up, and I got it all plugged up and forgot to turn it on. That doesn't work, by the way. You can't just plug it up and not turn it on. So I'm going to take and put these both in the bottom of this container with some hot glue, and that's going to help us get set up right now, ready to go, and everything's going in. So there's the front of my container. Here's my foam right in the middle, ready to rock and roll. And now I'm going to start to build up my design. You guys, if you don't want to miss another video just like this, you're going to have to get on our text list. That's how we notify you that we're live or we have new content. That's why you want to be on the text list, okay? 832-734-5201. We also do emails, and weekly emails come out, and those are recaps, so you know if you missed anything, or promotions, or what we've got new, or what's going on in design school. All that kind of stuff comes by email. So if you are not on our email list, if you head over to Keleas.com, it will pop right up and you can get on it. All right. So email is good to stay in the loop. But if you want to be hot and heavy on what's brand new and be the first to grab the supplies or the first to see the video, that's the text list. So you can go to textkeleas.com, or you can go to 832-734-5201. Text us the word VIP, and that'll get you on the list. So, just like I teach in design school, when we start out a base, we're going to start usually with setting the perimeter of the design with our greenery. And that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to take some of my pine, and I'm going to cut these to where they each are their own little stem here, okay? I'm can take and trim these. So everybody has a little bit of wire on their stem, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's do 2 of those like that. So we can kind of get some good filler going in around. Now, you are getting 5 of these in the kit, so you've got lots of them, and we're going to use some up higher. We're going to just start off by putting these around the outside so we can get some motion going. Let's do it. I'm going to start off all the ones that have the snow, and they're a little bit more, like, these are like more, we call them bottle brush pine. That's just our made up name. I don't know that that's their real name. And I'm going to put this right at the front. Oh, and I was going to give you guys another tip. When you're making centerpieces, if you want to utilize a small Lazy Susan or a big Lazy Susan, it really helps you spin it around and around, and you don't have to keep turning it on your surface. So I'm going to start by putting the first 3 of these in. Get these 3 bottle brush ones in. Oh, there's 4, so let's do 4 of them. I like it. I'm trying to put the snowy, glittery part up, and you can see I'm just working my way around. And when you grab these, pull all these needles back to dip that in the glue. You have to be really careful with pine. Sometimes it gets really hot in that glue, and the melting temperature is lower, so that stuff just starts melting. It can get you, especially on long needle pine. So just be careful. Now, I'm going to come back to the front. You're seeing the front. I'm going to work on either side now. Oh, look at that. That's so dang pretty. And I'm going to put this one opposite. So we're just starting to kind of get our base filled out with our greenery. Okay? So that's the first start to our centerpiece. Now, I want you to take and use one of your longer pieces just full on. So I'm going to find one of my prettiest ones. This is really pretty. And we're going to use this full on running up the middle because it's going to round the whole design. And I think it's fine almost full length here. Let me bring over one of my other stems that I know I'll use pretty tall in the design. So if this guy is in here, and I trim him down a little, kind of lay them together and see what you think. I think this is good, so I'm not even going to cut it down. I'm just going to take and load that with some glue. And I'm going to push that right in the center. Here's my artwork on the hat, so that's the cute little holly, and that's going to go right in the middle. All right, now put these aside. We're coming back to these in a little bit. We'll be filling with those, but right now we are good to go. Now I want you to grab the same pick we had pulled out, and this is a great spray because it's loaded with goodies. It has these pretty leaves, this beautiful poinsettia, and it's got all the glam, plus it's got some of the bright green that's also on the container. And I like all that. It kind of makes it cohesive. It ties all the colors in together. And I'm really thinking through a little bit deeper when I'm doing my design. So I'm going to cut this down till it has about a 6-inch stem. So not all, we're not going to use the whole thing. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to dip that in glue. We're going to come off to one side with this guy. He's going to come off either to the right or left. You pick. Here's the center. I'm going to take him off to the right. Push him in a little bit. I still want the pine to be the tallest thing in the design, and then this will come out. Let me just flip it to me. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna let this really come out. We used this stem the other day in design school. I hadn't used this fuller version of it. I really liked it. Now, make sure you shake all of these pieces, shake hands with it, and get that really laid out. And I want you to bring a little of this pine stem through there. Okay, so it doesn't feel like it's not included. It's like part of it. Isn't that beautiful already? We haven't even done much. Super cute. It's giving us that little touch of elegance. Let me turn it towards me. There's the back. You can see it. Let me go up a little higher with this one. There we go. Awesome. I love him. Okay, next, our big ball sprays need to go in. And we're going to offset this main piece with them. So we're going to have some balls forward and some balls in the back. So I'm going to cut these down fairly short to about a 3-inch stem. And I love these because these are like fuzzy and they have like bits of glitter in there. Oh, so cute. They give you that whimsy, you know, that fun whimsy. I'm gonna go over here to the right side. So I'm going on the opposite side, kind of low. So these are gonna pop out this way, okay? Don't worry about pulling the pine in there yet. We'll get it when we get some more pine pieces in to fill it way up. And then I'm going to use the other piece just in the back. I'm going to work opposite in the back here. So I'm going to trim that about the same height. And that way in the design, they're kind of in the same level. And they're going to look really cute in here. Go to the back, go to the back. You are so cute. All right, I'm going to try to kick these up a little. So here's what we got going in the back. It's really cute. And our front is really cute. All right. I think you can do this. This is so super duper cute. Our next step is to add our elf. Y'all, this kit is easy to make. You just have to add foam, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. Don't forget, if you want to do projects like this, higher level projects, learn more about design, lines, structure of your design, and how to create movement, depth and dimension. I always talk about that because it just means more money when you sell your work. I'm your girl. I'm your girl. And I would love for you to come join us in design school. This is my going on, not quite yet, but I'll be in my 28th year of business coming up. And it's absolutely something I've loved doing. And I definitely do what I love. Okay, coming into the right. I'm pushing this little elf in out to the side. Push him all in. And he's just going to pop out the side. Look how cute! Super cute. Let me turn him towards me so I can get him in a little deeper. I'm going to pull him back out because I hit a piece of the pine in there. Come here, buddy. He's going to go a little bit more out. But I want him just right in front of those balls. Just like that. So all of our big pieces are in. Now it's time for us to create all that depth we're talking about. And dimension, we're going to add some more pine to the front. And we've got 2 more sprays. So I want you to grab those. And this time we're going to break them up into sections of 2. So what we're going to do is you'll have a section of 2 on one stem and 1 on another. And we're going to do that with both of our remaining stems. Just get that in there. Yes, KeleasDesignSchool.com. That's our course. That is where you go sign up. Thank you for asking. Okay, I'm going to trim it off. And what we're going to do first is I'm just going to come right here to the front and we're going to take one of these double pieces and we're going to have that come in right from underneath this cute little ball in the front out to the side. So I kind of have to see it when I'm putting it in, but then I want to feel this hit the foam in there. Yeah. And we're going to bend that out a little. So right there in the front, adding more dimension coming forward. Now take one of the pieces that's got all the long needle and grab those up and just, I like to say, hold like a pencil. And then I'm coming in over here to the right to come in and just bend that and shape it up. So we've automatically added a whole bunch of dimension to the front. Okay? Now let me spin it around and take a look. The only other place I really want to see some added in, I think it's right here between these 2. Okay, so I'm going to take the other double piece and we'll put it right between those 2 also. So kind of between the ball and the poinsettia spray we put in. And that way this piece can kind of go forward and this piece can kind of come backward. So here's what I'm saying. See, that one came forward, that one came backward. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I'm going to fluff up her leaves a little bit. I hope you're able to enjoy creating and crafting. What started as a hobby for me turned into my profession and job, which is literally a dream come true. And it is my pleasure to get to share all this inspiration with you so you can learn to create. Creating and doing floral design and crafting is literally one of the biggest stress relievers ever. Just like people enjoy gardening, which I enjoy gardening too. because I love flowers. The crafting can be the same way, and I encourage you, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed with all the supplies you need to create, I want you to think about just grabbing a kit. You know, if it's not from me, from another creator, when you support them and purchase from them, you're making their dreams come true too. And when you're getting started, or even you're a seasoned crafter, a lot of times having a kit all together like this, all the supplies, really makes it very easy and not overwhelming to get started. All right, let's make our ball toppers. So basically you're going to need a large ball. This is a 200 millimeter ball. You can do this in smaller versions. It's no problem to do that also. Just make your ribbon smaller as you decrease the size of the ball, okay? When you're working with the ball, I found it's just easier to put it in a bowl. This is just a bowl from our kitchen. And then I can just set it in there and it's not rolling all around while I'm creating it. One of the very first things you're going to need to do for our ball topper is, if this part is where it attaches, you're going to need to be able to make sure this is secure and not going to break off or anything like that. I will keep the hanger if I can, or I can add another hanger if I need to. A couple of different options for this. This one is glued in, so I don't need to really do anything to it, but I could use a product like Gorilla Glue to put some glue around there and pop it back in. I can also use hot glue. This is a non-breakable ball. You could do this on a beautiful glass ball as well. You're just going to need to attach everything to the top without glue if it's glass, because hot glue will just pull right off, or you'll need an E6000 or a Gorilla Glue or something like that to help attach whatever you're putting on, okay? So we've prepped that. It's ready to go. The next step is going to be to make our bow. All right, so let me just pop this off to the side for a second while we make our bow. And I'm going to show you how to make the bow in your hands today, so it'll be real easy for you to create it pretty without any special tools, basically, okay? So this is a 2.5 inch ribbon, all right, and we got this one from Keleas.com. What I want to do is figure out my tail length, and I'm going to do that with the ball over here. And the easiest way to do that is take and measure out from the top of the ball. I'm going to rotate it around. Move over, Jingle Bells, just a little. Scissors. Measure from the top of the ball how far I want that ribbon to go down. Depending on your home, and sometimes it's fun to have it even go below the ball. See how far that would go? Because we can put a nice little curl in it. So I'm going to measure that out however long I want that to be. I'm just marking that right here with my hand, okay? I'm just going to gently gather that in my fingers, and then I'm going to twist it. Okay, and then I'm going to make a loop length, what I think will work. Just bring that over to the top of my ball and see if I like it. Does that look good? I like it. Okay, and if I'm happy with that, we'll do the same thing. I'll scrunch, and then I twist. So I'm keeping the scrunch and the twist right in my fingers. All right, let's bring it around again, and I'm going to make this loop just the exact same, close as I can, eyeballing it here to the other side, and I'll scrunch that one up. Okay, so I've got a loop on each side. And that's all I'm going to have of the green. I like that. I'm happy with it. So I'll just cut these to the same length here. And I'll make the tails pretty later. I'm just going to snip them right now. Okay, so there's the back part of our bow. The next part we're going to do is the red and white, because it looks so fun with the red and white on the ball. And I'm going to make this tail, I'm just holding that in my hand while I measure it out. I'm going to make it about the same. Okay, and I'll bring it to the center, and then I'm going to scrunch. You see me just scrunching it up, put it in the middle, and then I'm going to give it a twist. Okay, and we'll give it a loop here. How far should we make this loop? I think we'll make it a little bit shorter. Okay, and I'm just going to lay that on top. Do I like that? If I'm happy with it, I go with it. If I want it a little longer, this is the time to make it a little longer. Make it just a hair longer. So I scrunch, hold that in my fingers, and then I usually just throw these spools on the ground, guys, but I'm trying to keep it a little neater for you guys. I'll scrunch on both sides. So you can see I've got a scrunch, and I'm going to make another loop, so I've got to make a twist. Okay, I'll bring it up to the center. I'm going to throw the spool on the ground because it's getting a little twisted. Just easier, it stays out of your way. All right,
yes, I'm doing this one today where you don't have to have any special tools. You're just going to have to go get the ball at the store, and then you're going to be ready to rock and roll. And so this one needs to come down, so I'm going to put it on this side of this loop right here. Let me back it up a little till I get it the right size. I like it, and I'm just going to scrunch it. Okay, fluff it out, make sure everything's looking right, and lay it flat. Isn't that pretty? So far, so good, guys. We've got one loop in the back. That's the green. And then we have 2 loops of the red stripe on the front. Isn't that fun? Now I'll just switch hands for just a second so I can cut this with my right hand. And I'll just cut it straight across. And we're done with that one. Now, the fun little piece we're going to put in the middle is this polka dot. And this one's just a lot smaller. And I think a little fun trick we did on this one is we had, I'm going to have these tails going up and down. See how they kind of go opposite each other, even though they're long. We're going to do the same thing on this one. And I'm going to have this one be a little short little poppy tail. But I think I want it to go this way. Since all these tails are going right, let's have this one go left. Okay, and I'm just going to gather it. Okay, in there, hold it with my thumb. And twist. Okay. And just a little short one. Okay, let's make it just like a little pop. Just a little pop of color. I like that little snap of glitter because there's a little glitter in the ball and you're picking up the white in the ball. Okay, I'm going to twist it. Wait a second. Yep, I got to twist it. I twisted the wrong way. What you doing, twist? And then I'm going to bring this one back around and scrunch it. Okay, so I want the loops to be, whoops, can't jerk it quite that hard. Pretty close, but I want one loop up, one loop down, one tail up, one tail down. Okay, and there's a little bit of a fold here. You got to fix all these right now. All right, I like it. So let's trim. And I'll make these tails all exactly how I want them when I get to that point, but I'm not quite there. Okay, hold the center really tight, and I'm going to grab a couple of cable ties. I'm going to use a shorty in the middle, so for me that's 8 inches, and then I use usually an 11-incher in the back. You probably don't need it that big, and it's not going to matter the color in this particular project because these are not going to show. So I'm going to get it a little tight, and I'm going to run that between my fingers right there. So it's not all the way tight because I'm going to take just a second here and get everybody where I want them. So you can see I separated the green between the red and the white. Make sure we're spreading that out properly. Right? You keep on doing all your fluffing. Okay, it looks really good. So ideally, when we get to this point, we've got 2 tails up, okay, 2 tails down, and then we've got a smaller tail up and down, and I'm going to make those about the same size. I just need to cut a little more off here. Okay, let me go ahead. This is our attachment cable tie, how we're going to attach it to the top of the bow. So I've got to put that in right there and get this tight. All right, now grab my wire cutters. Just trim that part off right there. Okay. Now I'm going to take just a second and check these tails that we cut here earlier. And like that one is not pretty at an angle. I'm going to just recut that and get it pretty. That one's pretty good. Let's check these two. See how we're doing? Yep. Let me get a little angle cut on these. I just think they're cuter finished like that. I am going to curl them up when we get them on top of the ball. Okay. So our we would call this a funky bow with long tails. All right. So the only little trick on this is whatever ribbon goes in the very front, let's keep those tails kind of shorter, so they're not, you know, unless you want them to be the same length and you want them to come down in between these two, then you would have reversed this angle and have those tails come there. But I thought it'd be fun just to have a little action in that section. Okay, so that part is done. Before we attach this to the ball, we want to get our pick. We've picked out one just simple pick, and for us, that's this Jingle Bell pick, which I just totally love. Screams Christmas. It's heavily snowed, but it has a great jingle, and I thought that'll be really fun to have this on the ball coming down. So what we're going to do is like I would say in design school class, we're going to shake hands with it, get to know it really well, and fluff it all out. And then I'm going to trim off a few pieces. So let me just get in here and trim off this section. And what I'm looking for is for it to be long enough to come down the side of the ball. It doesn't have to be huge, but just some nice little pieces to add in under the bow. Alright, let me get in here. Let's see, that was kind of thick, but let's pull it a little. There we go. If I pull that piece off, isn't that a great jingle? I mean, Santa, if I were little, I would think Santa's here. There's the number 2 piece. Let's do one more. Okay, one more piece. Let's take this one and trim it. You know, these balls work great for adding to a tree. They also look lovely just sitting in a bowl like we've got here. How fun is that? You can just add them all over the place. Okay, so I've got my 3 pieces. I've got them kind of in a little star pattern here. Let's grab a cable tie and let's see if we can get them attached together first. So I'm just going to go right here where I'm getting all 3 pieces. And we just want to have some pressure added to them with this. Nothing fancy. Okay, I just pulled that tight. No problem. Now, I'm going to do a little trick. I'm going to take some of these little twigs that are underneath and we're going to give them a twist. So if anybody were ever to pick it up by this part of your design, it wouldn't just pull out of your whole piece. A piece from this little pick would grab that and hold on so nothing could really pull out. Okay? So we've kind of made like a little, basically like a cute little snowflake out of these. Bring your ball over. Here we go. And on my ball, I saw that I can get a cable tie through this center. So that'll be my plan to attach everybody together real easily right here. I'll bring this from the bottom and just bring that through. Okay. And then we're going to start to layer up our design. I'm going to put this on first. And the only thing I need to do is if I'm going to use this for my hanger, I need to pull it through. And you know what would be really pretty? Hey, I got a new plan. Let's use a big ribbon hanger. Let's change it. Let me get some of that red and white ribbon. And let's use that for our hanger because that would be so much more fun. Because I'm thinking we want something longer, okay? So let's make that it's probably about 24 inches. And I'm going to make us a little hanger. So we're going to make a loop, just a really big loop of ribbon. It's nothing too crazy, guys. About 24 inches of ribbon backed on itself, okay? And let's just trim that off. Ooh, that's going to be cute. It's going to look really cute. So it can hang down from a higher thing. Oh, you know, it might look really cute coming from our ceiling fan in our living room. Might be perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to take and just knot these together. I'm going to use a little glue, which I've got some glue back here to hold them together. And that way I'm doing this because this ribbon is not two-sided. If it were two-sided, we could just use one piece, but it's not. I'm going to just glue those together. So I've just kind of sandwiched them like a sandwich there. And I'm going to run this right down the middle. So it's going to get grabbed in there. I'm going to just do like that. It's going to get grabbed in this cable tie that's holding on the twigs. Okay, and I've left the little string, the little silver string, in case I have some type of failure and I need it, I can have it. Okay, and I'm going to just tie that to the top. It's going to be a little bulky, but it's going to be okay because the bow is going to cover all the ends here. All right, let's trim this off. Okay, now it's time to get this is our demo bow, but let's get our real bow we made with the long tails over here. We need that one. And this is just going to come together. Super cute. So I am just working through the center of the hanger that we decided to add on. Okay. And I'm going to go underneath here. I'm going underneath the hanger, underneath the all the twigs. So that way I'm getting under everything to attach the bow. And that will give us a bigger attachment point so this bow doesn't slide all around on us. I'm going to take that and tighten it up. And come right through the top here. Okay, so I've got it tight. Now you can't get it so tight that you start popping everything off, right? Look how cute it looks already. I love this. Okay, it's just spinning around in my bowl there. Don't panic. All right. Now, let's get our hanger positioned since we ended up making a really fun hanger, which I love. So it needs to come up from the sides of the bow here. So I just twist it around and get it where we want it. There we go. Look at this. How stinking cute. I love it. That is cute. So that will come kind of right through the center of the bow. And you know what would make that really neat and clean is if we were able to pull that to the center and just get a little bit of a cable tie on it right there in the middle to cinch it up. And if I had a little clear one, that would work the best, but I've got one right here. Yes. Sorry, this was the last, while we were here in the creative zone, I added this little bit of technique that I wasn't going to do. Oh, but it's so cute. Okay, take this. And I'm just using a clear cable tie so it doesn't show quite as much as the green. And I'm going to cinch that as tight as I can to the bow, because that's our hanger, and make sure I've got nothing backwards. Because when it hangs, we don't want to see any of that. Oh, perfect. So now the hanger's coming out of the top of the bow. Okay, bring my little bowl back. And I'm going to trim off that part of the cable tie. Right there. Cutie patootie. So it doesn't look super cool in the picture right now, but that's our hanger. I'm going to curl that up. Alright. Right there in the curl on the top. That is our built-in hanger. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take and curl these tails. So I just take the ribbon. I'm curling one in the back. Let me curl one to where you can see it better. Take this one here, curl it up on your fingers, just like you're curling hair. Back in the day, we put our hair in curlers. We would just curl that. Look how cute that is. And kind of, this one here, you just curl a little bit, the white one. Fluff these out. All right, let's curl the green one. How fun is this? You know, if you have those lights in your kitchen that drop down, I think they're called pendulum lights. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but how cute would you, doing a small ball from each one or every second one, wouldn't that be precious? Okay, now I'm taking the twigs and I'm bringing them down. Okay, just bringing them down and making sure they're spread out where they go in each little section of the bow. Okay, how cute! Now, the last little touches, I'm going to grab a couple of the bells from our little pick here that we were using. So I'm going to just do it over to the side. That's just so fun. I'm loving that. Okay. I want to just around the center where we put the hanger. So I've curled that up for now, but this is our hanger. So when that's hanging, how fun is that going to be? But I want to add just a little bit of detail around there with some of these little bells. So I'm going to take off this green bell. See if we can just unwrap it. It's completely wired on, so I can just take and unwrap it. And let's take off a little red one. And we're going to make like a little bell cluster. I'm going to take off another green one here. Alright, and let's get another red. And we definitely will save these twigs for something else. So I've got 4 little bells separated out. And the first thing I'm going to do is take and just twist their wires together. So they are like a little family now. Okay, right there. And just trim that little end off. And because this is going to be glued on and not wired, come on dude, my cutters are wearing out for little wires. Okay, take and ball this into the littlest little disc here. We're going to use that part right there to put the glue on. Alright, then we're going to glue it right in close to our bow right here. So it's so cute, little detail right there. That gets me excited. Alright, let me take and get some glue on it. So what I do, I don't use a glue gun, guys, so you'll see me bring the glue to my project with a bamboo stick. out of my glue pot. I'm just going to tuck that right here. Okay. And we'll just hold it for a second. Oh, let's just do the jangle. Okay, let's do it again with this set. And then we'll rotate and just do that on the back. So because if you can see here, can you see? There is a little bit of that cable tie piece right there, and we're going to use this to hide that. If these wires were just a hair longer, we could have done it, wired it right around. But I knew they were going to be too small, and my little finger is going to drive me nuts. So look there, I squashed it into a little area. That's going to help hold the glue better than if you were to glue it just right to the jingle bell. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring the glue from my glue pot over here. Just put a little piece on. Look how cute! I hope you guys can do this project right now with stuff you have right at your house. I know you have some cute things. If you're needing anything, you know, we still got all the fun stuff over at Keleas.com. The ribbon, the bells, all that goodies. Look at this! Okay, let me move the little bowl out of the way. We did it. I mean, this is super duper cute. Super duper cute, y'all. And I love our last minute addition of the adorable hanger. So to give you an idea of how it's going to look hanging. Look at that! Totally amazing, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Today we're going to make a cute little centerpiece we're going to do together, and it's our latest kit. It's a lot of fun. You guys, on here, I'm going to get y'all all zoomed in where you can see everything. So this is a new kit that's coming out, and we'll have a link for you here. If not right now, you can get it on their supply list. Go to supply list and it'll be the latest kit as soon as it's available. It's brand new. And what we're going to do with this one is it's going to coordinate with all of the fun pieces that we've been doing in design school. But this one's just a sweet little mason jar, which is always kind of a classic look to go with this natural botanical look we've been doing with the berries and the eucalyptus. So in this kit, you're going to get the mason jar, you're going to get the gorgeous eucalyptus, and a couple of the small berry sprays right here, which are just adorable. And then this pine, this beautiful wispy pine. And that's going to be the whole combination we're going to use together. So if you're just getting in here, come on in, welcome. And we're going to start putting this puppy together. I've got to grab our floral foam because that is not going to come in the kit. You're going to need to put your own foam in your jar. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. You guys, I can't see comments everywhere, but if I see your name pop up, I'll tell you hello, welcome. If you're watching on the replay, let us know you're watching on the replay, definitely. I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to put this right beside it here. And let me grab our little piece of floral foam. You don't need a whole lot, but you do need to pop it in there to hold everything in place. So while everybody's coming on, I'm just going to tell you hello. Thank you for joining us. And let me grab our little bit of foam and we'll pop it in there. I got the glue pot heating up over here. I don't know if y'all can see that on the video, but it's heating up and lots of goodness going on. Hi, Melissa and Cindy. And I moved all my floral foam earlier because it was in my way. Oh, I found it. I found it. All right, so we're going to take a little block like this. This is a little piece I cut off from some other projects, and we're going to put it in. Hey, Penny. Hi, Diane. And I don't need it to be all the way to the top. I like it to be a little bit lower. So I'm going to kind of get an idea, and then I'll just cut it right here. And I still haven't brought my knife from the house. I'm slow here. We're going to cut it old school with the scissors. We're going to rough it. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Tina. Hey, Lorelei. Thanks. And if you guys are watching in the group, thanks for being here, or over on YouTube or TikTok. I'm so glad you're here. We are going to have some fun. So we're going to pop that in first. This is going to hold all of our goodness together. You might want to put a little Gorilla Glue in there too if you're going to make it as a gift or send it off to anybody, because that'll keep it really, really good and stable inside there, okay? Now let's go ahead and start off by kind of creating our perimeter. And I want to use the really super cute pine outside on the edges of the design. So I'm going to take this here and just open it all up, and we're going to cut these down super short. Hi, Marianne. Hey, Curtin. So let me get my little wire cutters. Now, it's up to you how tall you want to make it, and depending exactly, you know, how big you want to make it. I'm going to make it fairly substantial. It's going to have a small mason jar base that we're going to pop off that a whole lot. A whole lot. Hey, Dora. You guys, right now I can read comments on TikTok and over on Facebook. So if you're someone else commenting, I'm not leaving you out. I just can't read them all with the technology I got going today. Maybe one day we're going to get fancier. So let's break down both of these sprays so I can kind of spread them apart a little bit in this design. I'm just cutting them all with just about a 1-inch stem. Hey Gail. Hi Richard and Shelly. I'm glad you're here hanging out with us today. It's a gorgeous day in Houston. It heated up a little, but it's still nice, and I like having that sunshine, of course. All right, let's go opposite with these when we put them on. And I'm gonna have these kind of come out and over. They're gonna be like my beautiful, like da, 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 da. This is my favorite time to get the action going. You're loving it so far? Great, great. I'm glad you are. I'm gonna move you guys back just a little bit so you guys can see it pretty good. So it's going to coordinate with the pieces we did in design school. It's just going to be a little bit smaller centerpiece. This type of piece is great for your craft booth if you sell or you do craft shows, because it's not too big. It's the type of thing that people can put anywhere and in their home and make a great gift. Okay, so you can see I've just gone just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, easy, easy. Right, Debbie? A nice day for the Astros win. Hey, I was going to not try to get into the Astros, but you know, go Stros. Oh, Bridget, you're going to do mason jar centerpieces for a rehearsal dinner. Perfect. Kendra, did I paint the jar? No, Kendra, this comes this way in our kit. You guys, this is going to be a kit. So when you're watching or you're watching on the replay, if you want the link to the kit, just put the word kit in the comments. Kit, and then we'll get back to you and give you the link to the kit. Now I'm coming in with my beautiful eucalyptus. This is one of my favorite pieces this season. It's frosted and it's two-tone. See the light green and the dark green? Ooh, juicy. I'm going to take and we're going to start with 3 pieces of this right in the center. I'm going to break this down, you guys. Really easy for you. So 1, 2, and the third one will be over here, okay? I'm going to separate it, and it's going to come on this side. Now, these are going to sit up high and pretty right in the middle. I mean, this is like a no-brainer. So easy. Yeah, wherever you're watching, guys, put kit in the comments. We'll come back and reply to you. Now, if you're over on TikTok, you know the replay is not available, but come join us on YouTube or Facebook, and we'll get back to you with the link to the kit. Or you can come back and check the link in the bio. All right, now let's take a couple of these and cut them down shorter. I'm going to cut these like in half, so these are like little baby picks, like this, little baby ones. Break them down. Because these we're going to use around the perimeter. These are so fast to make. You can make several really quickly. Now these are going to go in between our little bit of our pretty pine that we put in. Okay, and we're going to let these kind of pop out right between. And I'm going to just kind of circle it around. If you have like a Lazy Susan, you could pop this on your Lazy Susan and give this puppy a little spin all the way around. Okay, and let's put one more here. And then one here. Okay, that's pretty easy, isn't it? Look how cute it looks already. And you got a great shape working all the way around. Great shape, rock and roll. It's not too heavy. It's just perfect as far as our spacing. Now it's time to grab those adorable berry bushes. So these are what's going to make the party get started. You got twigs, you've got berries. This is the good stuff. I like to take the twigs and twist them and curl them. You don't have to do them. You can let them be wild and free if you want. But I like to do, add a little pop of that in there. Okay, I'm going to take and cut this where we've got 2 picks out of each one, okay? So separate it out, and this one will go right here. And this one don't cut yet because we're going to measure that one, okay, when we put it in so we get the right height. I want these pieces to kind of flow out of this center, and I want the twigs to be opposite. Since this is all the pieces that are coming in the kit, that way I can kind of get a measurement from here how long I want it to be. So I just kind of take it up to the edge, make my cut, and it kind of depends where you put that foam in the container. You might have to cut it a little longer depending how big you leave that piece of foam, but you do want the foam to go out below the lip so that way you don't have to use any moss or anything to hide mechanics. Look how cute already. So easy. Okay, adorable. Let's go on the other side. Now go opposite on this side. Write down your next pick the same way. The reason I'm doing that is I'm utilizing these killer twigs up for the height of the design. And we want to make sure we do that, maximize it. Coming in here, cutting that. We'll wait to cut it. We'll measure it out. Okay, just like this. And I'm going to bring it over and see about where I need it. Okay, great. And then remember, I'm going to curl these twigs down just a little. We want them to be wild and free still, but I'll bring them down just a hair. Okay, let's do that. Isn't that fun? Yeah, go Astros is right. Y'all, I'm from Houston, and we're excited about the Astros, of course. And of course, we want them to do their best. And we're so happy this time we're hopefully not having any major natural disasters while they're doing really good. We want to keep it that way. Okay, so they're opposite each other, so we got great placement. It's looking adorable already. And we're going to continue. We're going to add a few more pieces. Now these berries, we're going to use them low to the base on the opposite side, okay, in each little area. When we separated this into 4 pieces with that pine, we created these little sections that's so easy to go between. You guys, these are like foolproof methods to make these designs rock and roll. So don't be afraid to try them. A kit's a great way to get started on a really simple, fun project. And this one also comes with some ribbon. So as soon as we get done with the design, we're going to pop in a little touch of ribbon. You get the whole roll of ribbon, so you definitely could use it to pop in a wreath to coordinate or make a little lantern swag. Maybe we'll do that too for you guys. But this one right here, is going right just opposite the other two. We're letting the twigs fly out the top. Super duper cute. You can give the eucalyptus a little bend if you want it to pop down a little more. Now, I've got 2 more pieces of this pine we're going to put in now. And I just like to use this, instead of all the other pine kind of broke the plane of the container, let's use this one to kind of go up and like spike it up the middle a little bit. Hey, Marina. Don't you want Dusty to win? Yes, of course we do. Just love it all. Love it all. So exciting. Okay, I'm going to push this one. You need to hear it crunch into the foam. If it's not crunching, then you know something's not going right. Let's go to the other side. So everything we do is we do one on the other side, one on the other. The exception was those 3 pieces that we put in the middle. Those didn't really go opposite, okay? Pop this one in. Put that one up the middle. This looks so cute. Now, we're going to grab our roll of ribbon that also comes in the kit, and we're going to just pop a sweet little bow right around the base, okay? And we'll just take, and first of all, I like to just take and cut the, we can leave it on there, we don't have to cut it. Just kind of come around the base of the container, and we can take and just glue a little piece on there, just like this, at the top, making it real neat and clean. And I love that little touch. So let's do that. I'm just going to cut it where it overlaps just a little bit, and we'll go around and pop that right here around the top. I've got a little bit of a glue string here going. Okay. You could have done this first too, but I'm just doing it at the end. And you don't have to put the bow. You could use the ribbon on something totally different. Okay, I'm going to put a little glue on there, and then I'm going to overlap these. Awesome. So glue, overlap. Now I need a little glue on that piece of ribbon to hide this right here, okay? I don't use a glue gun, guys, so if you see me bring the glue to it, that's why. Boom, boom, boom. Bring it over. Perfect. Okay, and now I want it to be kind of neatly connected there. Don't you knock my wreath down. Now I'm going to add a little bow, but the bow, I think I'll just poke the bow up inside the design. So let me grab a couple of cable ties, and we'll make our little bow here. Let me grab those cable ties first. We're going to just tie our bow on one of those little pieces of stem we had left, okay? Right here, and we'll put that in. Yes, if you got here, yes, there's foam in there, Debbie. There's foam in the jar. Yes, ma'am. If you just got here, guys, and you're going to want the link to grab this kit, let us know in the comments. We'll come back and put it in. I'm just making a simple hand over hand bow right here that we're going to pop in the design. Really simple. You don't need a bunch of ribbon or bow on here because this is just a beautiful touch to the design. So here goes my cable tie going through the middle. And then I am going to add a wire to the back of it right there. Okay, bow looking good. Wire going in the back. And we're going to make just a big old floral pin. I just need a bigger one than normal. So I just bend one of those wires. And that literally came off one of those floral pieces. Okay, dokie. And then just kind of, let's cut our tails. I don't really know how long I've left them, so I'm going to leave them a little long. Now, because you're kind of pushing this into the design, you don't necessarily have to worry about covering the center like we normally do because you're probably not going to see it. So let me decide where I want the bow. Let's see. Let's have it kind of right here off to the side, and then I'm going to take and put a little glue on that, and we'll push it into the foam. Okay? Got my glue on my homemade floral pin. I'm going to pop it in, and hopefully don't burn yourself. You want to hear it crunch in there, hopefully. There it goes. Yes, hear the crunch. And then just bring that out. And then I would probably leave these kind of long so we can literally let them curl up and then pull them out a little. Because I always love little curly danglies hanging as part of my little swirl. Get your twigs going where you want them. And we did it. It's a super duper cute little arrangement. I think it's really fun. It's a little simple one to do, and this would be just a great teacher's gift, a little pretty cute thing to grab to give to somebody. So I'm going to kind of build out our foundation with our little bit of cedar here. And this one is super frosty, and it's got a little bit of glitter. So we're going to take and break these down into small pieces to kind of set out our project. Kind of green out our base like normal, okay? So you're just going to go really small pieces, and I'm going to start up here on the hat. Oh gosh, it's cute already. I just put one piece in. It's adorable. So I like to break the plane, have things come over. We're going to try not to cover up his face, so I'm going to take this little single piece and put it up above. And these type of projects, they're not going to be quite as fast as like other pieces that we make, because we're going to have to cut up things into smaller pieces and take our time. But they're super therapeutic to work on and a lot of fun with all the detail you can do. So enjoy that process when you're decorating these. Oh my gosh, that's so cute already. So I want a little piece to come down, but I don't want to cover up all this cuteness, so I'm going to keep trimming these smaller. Ooh, that's cute right there. I like that. You guys see it? I'll turn it towards you. So it kind of covers a little, but not too much. I love that. Okay, I want to hold it up to the camera so you can see what we got going. Look how cute. Okay, so we've kind of framed it out really simple, okay? That's a great base to go with. It kind of overlaps from this angle, but it doesn't at all from that angle, okay? I like that. Now, let's work with this greenery here. We're going to work with the greenery opposite, okay? And this is the type of thing, you know, less is going to be more. So we're going to go really simple with the first few that we're putting on. Okay, I've got this started. Okay, I'm going to come in here. I'm just keep pushing these in and shaping it out. I'm just kind of making two pieces and then I'm going between. Keep shaping out our base with the greenery. And I'm going to work opposite, okay? So this is how it's going to look if I just put two sections on. All right. And if I put three on, I'm
might go ahead and put 3 on, but you guys can go, I might go a little bit up here and just go for it, since you know I love greenery and all that stuff. And I think he'd be cute to leave out all winter too. So I'm going to put 1 on top too, but if you want to go less, that's okay. All right, just know 2 would work. If you want to keep it super simple, keep the cost down, just do 1 and save those other picks in the kit for something else. Okay. All right, I'm going to go a little bit back on the hat. So we've got our triangle shape, but I'm going to have a little bit more dimension. Okay, I'm going to go back there. I need to put Gorilla Glue on first. I'm excited about this. It's so cute. And hopefully what's in my mind's eye comes out. Yes. I'm going to put a little moss anywhere that glue is showing. Oh, see this one you can see. I'm going to get that covered. Just tuck that in the glue. Tuck it in, and coming around on this front edge. All right. Okay. So I'm just, anywhere I got a little glue, I'm putting moss to hide it. And then we're going to start adding a little bit of the longer pine up here. So I'm going to take this pine spray, we're going to break it into smaller sections. And I definitely will keep that pine cones, probably use that up at the top. And I'm going to tear this, and we're going to build out that base just a little bit different with a little bit of this pine. So I'm going to break this piece into 3 sections. 1. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, you got to cut it all the way through. You can't be a halfway cutter. You know I was thinking of a different word when I said that, but we can clean it up. Okay, so now we got these small, oh my gosh, so wispy, so stinking cute. I'm gonna cut it into 4 pieces. So that's what I'm saying, when you're doing this, you gotta scale everything down. Okay. All right. While that glue's setting up, let's add a little of this to our other sections we already created. And this will just give us a little wispiness. Oh my gosh, so wispy, so cute. I'm a fan of this. Let's put 1 on either side here. Pop this one up above. I'm gonna go kind of 1 out, 1 over. So like kind of like an L shape. All right. Get that wispiness. Let's do the same thing down here. We're gonna work on the top of the head now. Just take our time. It is a fun process, so don't rush it. Enjoy embellishing. When I first kind of learned this technique way back in the early 2000s, I was in, oh no, it's actually in the 90s, 97, I guess. I was in college, and I was gotten to this jewelry craft show in the Clear Lake area. If anybody's in Clear Lake here in the Houston area, it was called the Velvet Stocking. You might have gone over there at the Clear Lake Golf Club back in the day if you've been a crafter for a long time. And I was like one of the youngest people in there at this craft show. But one of the ladies, she made everything nautical. So she would have taken this snowman and done this whole technique and added shells and all these neat pieces. And that's kind of where I learned from her that time. I was like, this is amazingly beautiful how she takes and makes something so intricate with shells, and she'd cluster them and make designs and add touches of glitter. And it's almost therapeutic to make this kind of stuff. And you still are using your principles of floral design with shapes and direction and transitions, but you're just doing it smaller. And that makes it so fun. Always. Let me move my little green board because we need to see the top of him this time. I'm bringing him backwards a little bit. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. This is adorable. Oh man, I love this. Okay, let me bring a smaller piece of the little red berry kind of coming forward. I don't want to compete too much with this, and it's got the little Let It Snow there, but I want to come forward just a little bit.
Okay, so I kind of have this one this way. This one kind of goes this way. And this one goes this way. So you can see there's kind of a shift. All right, as we go down. Now, if that's too much, you don't have to do the hat. Remember, I'm decorating them all over because I get all into this. All right, now I'm going to put some pine up top with my pine pieces. So let's take these apart. Here I'm putting 3, so I'm a little bit more pine up here. And we're going to start to put our little bit of our cardinals in. Look how cute, y'all. It's cute. Oh, I can't wait to take pictures of that. Ah! Oh, I have to keep it now. Okay, so here's our cardinal picks we're going to use. And I think I'm going to put a cardinal on the hat and maybe one down here. So they kind of work a little opposite. Not exactly. They're going to be on the same side of the snowman, but I'll try to put the cardinal over here. So this pick, we're going to break down completely down to these little wires. So a little bit different than we normally would do. I generally don't want a lot of little pieces to deal with, but in this case we do. So I'm going to start pulling them off, and then we'll start putting all the detail work in. So this is green in the base, and now we're coming in with the next steps. All right, here's my little cardinal. I'm going to clean off his little stem and trim it. And I know I want him kind of up here, just kind of like he's landed on the hat, kind of at the base. So I'm going to take these 2 little pine pieces. We're going to put them in first. These are coming from the cardinal pick. Oh, those are cute. A little bit different pine. So like this one, we're going to divide it into 2 sections. So just take your time, get in here. Try not to cut off all the needles if you can. And just, you might lose a couple, but just cut in there and separate it. And now I've got 2 sections, okay? And I love this little pine cone. We're gonna put that in. I love this stuff. Look how cute that is in there. That's this little cardinal. Here, I'll have him turn towards you guys. I'm sorry, he was turned towards me. Okay, that's in. Now I'm going to take some of these pieces. These here are the greenery that came with that cardinal. I hope I called that the right thing a second ago. I'm going to trim these shorter. Okay, and we're going to put those in. Some days, you know, projects are just get me lit up. We're getting into the detail work now, which is my favorite part. So you guys should make yourself a snowman. Even if you don't want to sell it, you need one. He's so cute. So I'm going to add in a couple more berries. I'm just kind of going around to get the little bit of red going in from that transition point right here at the cardinal. Just get a little bit of glue on everybody. I just need a little bit of pine in the center here. I'm going to take one of these. This is a piece from that first bush. And I'm just going to break this up into 2 little pieces, and we'll put one right in the middle. And then I'm pretty happy with this top section. And if you guys are just getting here, I see some of you just got here. We talked about you could do 1 section, you could do 2, or you can do all 3 and go to town. Whatever works for you. We're making him a dapper Dan. Okay, so my idea was cardinal up here, cardinal down here. Okay, kind of where they're a little bit opposite. I'll have this one kind of sit over here. So I'm going to use the big pine cone right here. Okay, because it'll fill up some territory. And it looks really cute in there. And we're working with the kit here. So I am trying to utilize every little piece that comes from that kit to make him just a cute little showstopper. Okay, oh, there you go. Here's his little pine cone. Now, I want to come in and add some little pieces of pine in around there. I'm going to have to keep him. So stinking cute. I'm going to put one little piece here of a short cedar. And I'm just taking one of these
So I trim it off from here, and then I literally take and trim it just wherever I can get another little hard wire to push in. And then I will have 2 pieces, okay? I'm going to curl this. I want it a little shorter, so I'm just going to curl that little berry and this greenery. I'm just going to have them be a little shorter. And then I'm going to come down. You're seeing him kind of from the top, but when you see him from this level, look how cute he is. He's so cute. And you know what would be super cute? Put a little bird's nest right there. That just hit me. He got a little nest up there. Ah! Okay, when I go ornament shopping, I will see. Anybody seen a bird's nest in the ornaments section? Somewhere, tell me if you have. And I will see if I can snag one to put on here. That would be cute. Okay, so little red berries going opposite. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to glue it a little bit in the back. So sometimes you might have to make a stem by just pulling off a couple of leaves and, you know, getting a little stem. I'm going to take this now and break this other. It's the same spray. We're going to use this one down here, okay? We didn't use ribbon, but if you love ribbon, you could add a little ribbon. You could do all kind of stuff. You could put some of that velvet. That cardinal's sitting right here, right below his little cheek. I love that. We can bend that. Whoops. Let me redo it because I knocked it out. I'm gonna go more forward so he kind of goes forward. I want him down just a little bit. All right, I'm coming in with those 2 thicker pines right here. Isn't that cute? I'm gonna put this one kind of behind the cardinal a little. Okay, so I'm kind of filling out the green in 3 little sections there, and I'm gonna come underneath with this pine kind of in the back. Okay, so the only thing I want to do a little bit different here is I want to use a little more of the long needle, because I always like to do stuff like this. I like for it to kind of touch the cabinet it's going to go on, or if you put it towards the edge of the table, I want it to be able to overlap the table. That's more of the breaking the plane stuff, coming over the edge, and that's all depth and dimension. And you know what I say about depth and dimension. You all know already. It really matters. Okay, so what have you enjoyed making this season? If you're making something for yourself, I know some of you haven't had time, but what's the one thing you want to make for yourself this Christmas for your decor? Tell me about it. I'm separating this into 4 sections. Okay, so we can get more pieces here going. I want to hear what you're working on. Are you going to do yourself a garland? Are you like, no, Keleas, I've just got to work on my tree? Or are you all good to go? Now you just want to make some accent pieces like the snowman? Maybe you're making a big centerpiece for your church. Tell me what's going on. I put a little bit kind of coming back here, kind of breaking the plane in the back, because that's going to look really cool from the side on a side table. Got way too excited about that greenery coming out the back. And I'm going to put a 3rd piece here so I can kind of complete my triangle that I started and kind of come down over here. Okay, I put a little pine in the middle. I'm going to bring this one down, and then I'm going to put another piece on top, because this one right here has some good snow on top of it. Okay, I've got a little bit of red berry. I'm going to put one more curly one here. And this is where you get into the embellishment phase, guys, where you can take your time. You can add as much as you want. You can definitely curl it. I would play with some pine cones. We've used all the pine cones that came in the kit here. But if you have any that you took off something else, you can tuck some in. I would definitely, if you don't have a nest, you can kind of make a nest out of some Spanish moss and kind of spray it with hairspray and see if you can get it to hold enough, just like a little bitty nest, and put it, or you can use clear acrylic paint to try to make a little. I used to do that on my snowman I used to make for craft shows back in the day. Y'all, this is so fun, and I usually like embellishing because you can sit here and just create this own little story in your own head about this snowman was just relaxing out there in the snow, and these birds just moved in, and then it was so cold they all had to just keep coming on, making their houses, and then they just moved on. And those are so cute right there, kind of cupping around his head. And I'm gonna take this piece of greenery, I'm gonna have it kind of comb down and curl just a little bit because I love to curl up stuff. Okay, and then I'm gonna give you a good close-up of him. All right, here he is. We finished. And look how sticky cute he is. He's mine. The snowman's mine. All mine. Hello, baby. You stay in my house forever and ever. He is so cute. This turned out way better than I even thought. I love it. I love it. I hope you did too. Hope that gives you the confidence to try something like this and snag these kits, because when they're gone, and they're very reasonably priced, because this is a big snowman that you get in here. And he's super nice.
We're going to make the cutest gingerbread arrangement, but we're going with a different color scheme. We're going with snow and pink. It's gonna be stinking cute, and we're going to make it right here in this container, and I'm going to show you how. So let's get started. Gingy's ready. This is our newest kit. It is available on the website, of course, and we'll have the link here. You can ask in the comments. Be happy to help you find it. So here's all the pieces that do come in the kit. You get the lollipop, the curl, the pink sprays that have the glitter on them. Then some of this beautiful frosty greenery, including some long spiky ones and some short fillers. And of course the cute gingerbread comes in there and the container. The only thing you're going to need for this on your own would be hot glue, wire cutters, and some floral foam to put in the container. So I'm going to make mine in this container like permanently, so I can sell it. So I'm going to glue in my foam to kind of get started. So before you start doing anything, cut a couple of pieces. This comes from a big long sheet, and I cut a small one to go in the bottom and then a little bit larger to go on the top. I want to go down just a couple of inches in here. I want it to recess a little. Sometimes we want things to come out really high, but this one I'm good with it recessing a little bit. So we're going to go out, grab our glue, and put a little Gorilla Glue in the bottom to help it stick to the metal really well. And then I'm going to put the hot glue right on top. So let's put that in, get it set, and get my other pieces coming. And I'm just going to take these both, and my glue pot is right over here off camera. I'm going to dip it in and get it going on. I'm going to spread it out a little bit on here. Let me get a little bit more in the middle. All right, so I got a good amount, and I'm going to push this down, right, wiggle it in, and then push this right on top. And both my pieces are foam or in my container. Now, the main piece going in this is the gingerbread. So I want to take and put her in kind of in the middle zone of this. She did have a hanger on here, and I took that out. I just cut it off. So she's going to go right here in the middle zone. So I'm going to leave that spot open for a little bit so I can get the greenery in, and then we'll put her in just a little bit. So I think I'd like to put her a little bit sideways, like she's going to go this way, and that the lollipop and the curly pig are going to go beside her. So I'm going to start thinking about where these bigger pieces are going in my design. Like this one, I think it's going to work out to the side. So in order for you to see this a little bit better, like the lollipop's going to be on one side and the gingerbread's going to be on the other, just like that. You're seeing it right from the top, but I want you to be able to kind of have a concept of what we're doing here, okay? So let's start by getting our snowy greenery in. And yeah, you can do that anytime. Just bend a stem to kind of get an idea of how it's going to lay out in your design. So this is first. And this greenery, it doesn't really push, but it is so really nice and fluffy. So I'm going to take and cut these off of the whole bush, and we'll start putting this in. Y'all, we probably have sent out a text to this video the first time it comes out. And if you want to be notified anytime we have new videos, you're going to want to grab a spot on our text list. So the way you do that is you go to textkelea.com, textkelea.com, or you can also just text us the word VIP, one word, VIP, to 832-734-5201, and you can get right on our text list. So I'm kind of getting these greenery pieces going in towards the front to start with here, just like that. And so this is what you're seeing from the front. So I'm going to bring these down a little bit. And let's have a little going around the back. I'm going to use the larger pieces kind of on the ends here. And you can spin it around and put these in. And a lot of our Blue Merinos find it great when they can just pick up the whole kit from us. It's really easy for them to shop, and they can reproduce what we're making super easy. Okay, so all the snowy greenery's in, we're giving it a little boost. Now, in order to put Miss Gingy in, we're going to take, I think we'll turn her a little bit this way, just for a little bit of fun. And then she's also a lot of fun if we just give her a little bit of a tilt like this. Put her into the side. I think that's whimsical. So let me go ahead and add like a little wire or a wood dowel here to the base of her leg. And I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut off the bottom of the candy. I don't need too much, about 3 or 4 inches, about 5 inches. Okay, and it's covered, this stem is covered in cute little ribbons, so you're gonna trim that off. And I'm gonna add a little glue because I want to keep that cute little detail here. So just gently wrap that back around so it sticks into the glue. And then we'll glue this one too when we get ready to put it in. But this piece right here could be how we're going to attach her in to our arrangement. So I'm just going to take and push it into the bottom of that leg. A lot of our wreath attachments are foam, so it makes it really easy to work with. All right, so when I get ready to put her in now, like I talked about at an angle, we're going to push her in right over here, okay? We're pushing, and now she's kind of jetting out and up just a little bit. And she's on a wire stem, so you can see exactly how she's going to look right there. Isn't that cute? I love that. Okay, I'm going to get y'all a little bit more room on the camera. Okay, so she's in. And let's take and put the lollipop over to the other side. And I know I want it behind her, so you can see what's going on here. I'm going to take and put this one over here behind her. Okay. And that way you can see how this arrangement is kind of coming together and how someone would see it on a table. So we have the container. I've got Mr. Gingy here on this top part, and the lollipop will go on the other. So let me take and put a little glue on there to hold that ribbon on. And since she's a little crooked, let's have the lollipop come in off this side, just kind of straight. Okay, and those are both in the back. Oh, isn't that cute already? So cute. Now, I've got some spiky greenery that we're going to add right to the middle. But if I put the whole bush in, it's a little too much. Like if I just put that in, it would cover up a little too much. So what I'm going to do is trim it into a couple of sections here. Okay. And we just used this bush in design school. I totally love it. It adds a really great softness. So I've embraced working with this one a whole bunch. So I cut off a little bottom section. I'm going to go right in the middle. Okay. Just got my glue skillet off to the side here. And let's just have this go right in the center. Oh, that's cute. And just kind of work those around. I can take a couple of these and have them come behind too. And a couple of forward. See? We created, just doing that little trick right there, we created some depth, which is super, super cool. Now, I'm going to take this and divide it into 2 more pieces. And then we'll use a little on each side, okay? So just get in there, section it out. Make sure when you cut it though, you leave a little bit of stem or you're going to have to put them all in just one at a time, right? All right. Let's put one going into the right. I'm working a little bit more in the foreground here. Beautiful. And one out to the left. And now she just looks like she's in this snowy wonderland, which I love that. Because it's almost like it's sugary snow. It's not regular snow, right? Awesome. All right, we've got one more of our flocked bush. We have our really neat curly picks, and then we've got our spiky, icy, snowy pieces to go in. So our curly spray here, I know I want to use it kind of in the foreground, and you have to decide, do I want it to go this way, over here on this side, or do I want it to kind of go over by my gingy? So, or we can cut it into sections, but this one's actually easier to use all as one. So let me trim it down and we'll decide. We will decide what we want to do. Now the neat thing, and this is something you're going to want to work on while you're designing, and we teach in design school, this has a fuzzy, like a little bit of a neat texture to this fuzz, and that's exactly what we've got on this. So it's not just about color and sparkle, but also the texture, like the snow texture, the texture of the actual curls I'm putting in. So I want you to take a look at it. Here it is on this side, okay, that looks pretty cute. And then here it is going out to the left. Now the reason I kind of like it going out to the left is because it breaks the plane of the gingerbread too, and we already have this pink over here. So I kind of like that and the depth it adds, so I'm going to stick on this side, okay? So let's take it in, and I'm going to put a little glue on it, and we're going to push it in right over here. So I'm getting some glue on it, and then we're going to push this dude in right here. We're giving a nice push into that foam where it's going in good and strong. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? And I like for the curls to break the plane of the container. That's something we also talk about in design school quite a bit, and how important it is. The depth in your design definitely helps create a higher skill level, and the appearance is just a little bit next level. All right, that's looking awesome. She's super duper cute. She's loaded with fun pieces. And these you can curl up tighter or leave longer. I'm going to go ahead and start to use some of my glitter sprays. And the neat thing about the glitter sprays is that they are totally perfect to add a little sparkle, a little height to the whole design. So we're going to take and separate this into a couple of sections, and you just pull them off. They come off pretty easy. And so when you do that, you'll have one long one, which will be great because we can lay this in here and kind of decide how long we want that. And I know I want to start with one of these coming right up the center here in the middle. I love that. And how about a little bit coming over here to the right? I'm just laying these in first to kind of get an idea. And this one up the middle. Ooh, won't that be pretty? I love it. And then we can take and use some on the left too. Now we're going to get ready to put these in, and I'm going to take and totally trim these down, y'all. And listen, if you haven't joined design school yet, you are going to want to get in ASAP because we are in full holiday mode, and that means you're going to have access to all the good new tutorials that we've been doing. And we try to focus on really, you know, high-end, beautiful designs that you can learn to make. And even if you decide to not make them yet, but you want to kind of learn the skills and the process, I really strive to create an environment that's welcoming to everyone of every level, and we can try to have so much fun. And if you get in before the holidays, you won't miss our big Christmas party towards the end of the year where we have so much fun and prizes, door prizes, all kind of good stuff. So I wanted to remind you that that time is coming. So all of these are trimmed down. You're seeing the arrangement from the top right now, from the extreme top. So while we're doing this for a second, we're going to put some pieces in. And I'm going to grab my little Lazy Susan so I can spin this around. I don't know if you've ever done that before, but a simple Lazy Susan can allow you to work on both sides of your arrangement very quickly and just make it super fun when you're bringing it all together. So here she is. We're going to add our glitter pieces. So I'm going to start with some of these taller ones in the back. And as far as placement goes, I want to create depth with these. So I want them to be higher than the Gingy and that lollipop. I want it to be higher than both. So I'm going to put this first piece in. Kind of got it going on. I think it's fun playing with the newer trends of the different colors for the holidays. But I always love to come back to the classics too. You know, it's a good combo of both. And you know what? I even love natural inspired designs. I think they're one of my favorites. So you're going to see us doing a little bit of everything. Okay, now I'm going to take this one. I loaded her with glue and she's going to come out over here to the right, kind of in front of the gingerbread, layering it out a little right here. Okay. And then I'm going to come on the right side and do the same thing. So we create the illusion that all these twigs are coming from the same area in the arrangement, and that really helps with the shape of the design. So keep that in mind when you're doing your first centerpieces or when you're grabbing this kit. It's super, super fun to create that illusion. So work hard to do it. I'm pushing this into the pie, but I want that to kind of come over the edge if possible. Hold on, I gotta put more glue on it. I'm gonna go a little bit further. I'm pushing it into the foam. There we go. Not the pie, I'm silly. Alright, and I'll bend it a little bit more over the edge in a little bit. Look how cute. So cute. And let's put one more kind of going at the edge over there on the left, so I'm gonna give it a good bend. And then I'll hold it up and show you what it looks like. I love all these sparkly going in here. Because it's kind of like a whimsical winter, you know? Whimsical winter candy wonderland. Look at this. She's so cute. All right, we're not done yet. We want to fill up her base. And we're holding these two off to the very last. We've got one more pick and a little bit of candy fun. So we're going to take these and trim these off. Now our job with these last pieces of greenery is to fill up that base and make it very lush with the greenery. So I'm going to focus on the front right now because it's what's most important. And we can even take and cut these in half to where you've got two pieces out of one. So they're short, and that's going to work good to fill in. And I want it to be like she's frolicking in a snow-covered candy. Oh, like you could lick this stuff and it would be loaded with candy. It's not. It's glitter and snow. It's fake. Don't lick it. Don't do it. But you want to be tempted. It's like the candy land that we all dreamed of as little kids at Christmas time. Now I'm going to take these little pieces and we're going to start just popping this in. And it's going to give this lush, lush feel here. Right there, really tight as we go around. Oh, I love these little curls too. And just push them in, make it really full. We're going to go all the way around. And like I said, we're going to start in the foreground at the front. Then I'm going to work towards the middle. And then we'll flip it around and we'll do some on the back. There's a dang glue string there. Oh, do you hate glue strings as much as I do? I cannot stand them. Some people, it doesn't matter. I can remember going to craft shows and pulling glue strings off other people's work. Like, let me help you. This doesn't go on here, you know? They probably thought, don't touch my stuff. And I'm like, it's just a glue string. I got it. Let's push them in. Okay, let's see what we got here. Look at this little cutie. She is looking so cute. I'm loving it. Okay, we're gonna flip it around and we're gonna go to the back here where you're seeing the back. We're gonna do the same thing on the back. Fill that in nice and tight. Now, if you want this design to be two-sided, you could always order another gingerbread separately out of the kit and put another one in the back, which would be super cute. I think that would be adorable. If you feel like, hey, this I want to use this in a place in my home where it's going to show. Okay. I'm going to hold off these two little pieces in case there's a hole we find. But let's finish off the front and make her look amazing. Oh, she already looks amazing. She's so stinking cute. All right, I'm going to take this curly part here and we're going to weave this way in the back, coming up besides the gingy. I love that. Her shape is looking really good. Now, I want to bring these little candies in. We have a candy pick here, and this is going to go off to this right side. So I'm going to take and put some glue on it. We're going to press it into that foam base in there, and she's going to go right over here. You want to hear it crunch in there. There we go. How cute is that? And the balls and the little donut type candies are in there, right? Just adding that festive look there. And then take a look anywhere you have a hole, or you could use this piece in the back to finish it up. Let me put one little piece of greenery in here. But y'all, I think we've done it that quickly. You made yourself a stunning, cute, festive, loaded, full. It's just lush with this greenery, and this your grandkids are going to love, and maybe they can help you make it. I think it would be just a fun project to make as a family and to put up every